all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the latest episode of the Airplane Show. The latest episode. I think we have a really good episode today. We are doing a tutorial and a full flight with the amazing Inibuilds A320neo version 2, otherwise known as the A20N. N as in, no way this airplane is this good. We're sitting here feeling a little divided here in Myrtle Beach. Not divided because we really want to go over there and see what those big buildings are, but we're not, because we don't want the airplane to get messed up. We're not divided about looking at that beautiful golf course. Beautiful golf course down here in Myrtle Beach. We're divided because we got a damn jetway in the middle of our airplane. Look at this summer gun. Look at this thing right here. Now that's really separating the cabins. It's like the rejected people get thrown out here. All of us get thrown back here. The rest of them get put up there. That's crazy. No sense of activating the jetway here. It's already activated. Now, if you were to go into FlightAware and look at this right here, you would see it's a Spirit Airlines flight from Myrtle Beach to Fort Lauderdale from the other day. And if you look at flight stats, which is right here, you'll see that the tail number is actually N646NK, just like we have here. We are recreating this flight. Since it's a tutorial, we should try to keep it as real as possible. So we got the real tail number. Yes, sir. All right. Here's the brains. Brains. Sweet brains. Options page. Let's go to options first. If the tablet is dark when you first get in here, try moving the brightness up first before you restart. Maybe click on this button here. Maybe click on this button here. Try to turn it on, but definitely try to move the brightness. So we got my SimBrief ID here, which you're not going to see. We're blocking that out. And then we got our tail number, metric, imperial. We're doing imperial because we're in America. We got fast for IRS time. That'll do it in just a couple of minutes. We got all of our instruments linked, like the barometer and altimeter and all that. Rudder controls, yes. That way you can use the foot pedals in the airplane to move your airplane left or right while you're on the ground. It's very important. Auto tiller disconnect, equally important. This, to me, doesn't make much of a difference because, you know, I usually bring everything in from SimBrief, but if you want to turn it on, that's fine. 1,000 foot altitude for throttle reduction and accelerated accelerated climb and all that. All that's right here. We're going to just leave it on 1,500. Cut. All right, here we got our default altitude for throttle reduction and all that. We're just going to leave it here on 1,500. And then we always have the on-screen keyboard on. That way we can type into tablet what we need to. You want to reset the brake temp, go right ahead. And if you're using a yoke with a throttle, you can calibrate the throttle here. I, unfortunately, am not doing that tonight. It's very difficult. It's very cumbersome, in my opinion, to move around the cabin and move around with the flight stick. And since this is a tutorial, I would like to be able to move smooth around the cabin. So I'm using my Xbox controller. We now have takeoff here. We will operate this here momentarily. Panel states you can choose how you want your airplane to start off. I do GPU. That way it's already connected. You can do it however you want. Payload, which we'll use momentarily. Ground, here's where you can operate all the different doors, cabin lights, pushback, luggage, catering, jetway, which we already have covered. Loading configuration, close all doors, GPU on or off, you know, as far as connected or not connected, and then our chocks. Let's go to our dashboard page here. OFP we'll go to in a minute. On dashboard, let's click sim brief. Now that we have our ID in, it'll pull in our flight. Now, if you look at our flight plan here, it has everything we need right here. You can go up and down. So let's go ahead and turn the airplane on. Let's go ahead and do that. Since we got our ground power connected, let's click on battery 1 and 2. Click on external power. All right. Let's also get our IRS aligned. Let's turn on all 3 of these switches straight up and down so it's, so it's matching nav. And anything with white lettering needs to be turned off at some point. Just depends on what point of the startup. Here we're going to do crew supply now. Let's turn on the nav lights. Let's turn on our seats. And let's arm the emergency lights. Now on this here FMC MCDU, whatever it's called, align IRS. So this will align, but we need to get a button to show up here allowing us to pull our flight plan in. So go up to this menu here, go to ATSU. And we're going to put our sim brief ID in here. I need to look at mine again. So that's what I'm going to do right now. You can't see it. I can barely see it. All right, let's come over here and type that in now. After you type it in, click on the top right button. Now hit return. Let's go back to init. All right. Now you can see we have this initialization request. Let's click on that. There's our flight. There's our cruising altitude. Our flight number is NKS. I believe it's 1002. Okay, in the meantime, let's turn on the APU so we can get ready to back up. Let's do pump number 2 right here. Let's click on the APU master. Wait a few seconds. Click on the start button. And then we can also turn on the APU bleed. So our cost index right up here. Oh, we never did our payload. All right, well, let's get our cost index first. We have a cost index of 8. And that might pull in once we do our payload and all that. All right, GPS primary, we can clear that out. After you read the message, just clear it out. All right, 8. Click on cost index. Go to our payload now. Let's click on sim brief. Go. Let's do apply load. And today we're just going to do instant. That ding lets us know that our nav has now been upgraded. You can click clear. Let's go to the next page, so either arrow will work. Now just click on the top right box. Now click on the third one down on the right for fuel planning. Now click on the top right one again. And now click on the second one from the top on the right. There we are. That's all done. Let's now go to our flight plan. Make sure we got everything in here properly. So according to the flight plan, now I could look this up on my computer right here, but that's no fun because then you guys can't see it. So it looks like we are doing runway 18, and then we're doing CUDA 3, 10 left. All right, so let's plug in runway 18 here. We're gonna click on this top left button next to Myrtle Beach. We're gonna click on departure, and we're just gonna do 18, this line next to 18. Click on that. We're now gonna click insert. Okay, and now what you wanna do is go down to the very bottom where the white KFLL is for Fort Lauderdale. Click on that box next to it. Now we're going to go up the other side and click arrival. We're doing the RNAV. RNAV Y for 10 left. There we go. RNAV. Oops. Okay, RNAV Y 10 left. And we are doing CUDA 3, so that's this button here. And our transition is actually going to be Primus for CUDA 3. And for our landing, it's going to be Yaloi, which I don't think is going to be in here. Right. All right. So let's click insert. Now we have to do a little trimming on our flight plan here. So let's come up top here. Let's come up here to plan. Now it's going to change this screen to our nav screen there. Let's go out 20 miles. We're going to have to fix our approach for now. We may revert to a different landing depending on what kind of weather they have there. So now that we're in plan, it's going to show us our segments. Click on flight plan button on the MCDU, and now we just want to use the up arrow, and we're going to go through each waypoint and each part of our trip here and make sure it all makes sense, make sure it's connected. Make sure there's no vectors, no discontinuities, no issues like we're getting ready to see. Okay, so here we go. So here's the end of CUDA, Warner. But we're not doing that according to the chart here for the RNAV, which, actually, you know what? I'll pull up the chart right here. Here's the chart. That's the noise for the chart. You can see Yaloi is where we start, getting ready to make our turn back to the runway. So we need to erase a few points here. Let's go back a little bit. And the last waypoint before Yaloi is, let me see here. It is, looks like BPOC. So we have to erase back to BPOC. The first thing we're going to do is Novi. Okay, Warner manual. Serif, Yaloi, okay. So let's go clear discontinuity. Oh, we can't do that right now. Okay. So what we're going to do is click clear and then manual. Then we want to click clear and Wainer. And BPOC is okay. So right now we want to get rid of that discontinuity. Okay. So that should fix our problem. Actually, it didn't put in our waypoints there. No, let's try to add them in if we can. So after BPOC, we have Yaloi. So let's click on BPOC. Let's type in YEL UY. And let's put in next waypoint. Very good. Let's go up a little bit. After Yaloi, we have Oghini, OGIHI. Okay, OGIHI. Let's go to Yaloi. Let's insert that. That's wrong. Shit. All right, let's click clear. Get rid of this one. Let's get rid of that discontinuity. All right, let's click on Yaloi. Now let's do OGIHI. All right, OGIHI. Next waypoint. Click insert. Now we should be able to do the same thing now and click on flight plan discontinuity. Let's try it. We have IJEEY. Let's click on discontinuity. Insert. There we go. IJEPI. Then we have Vanui. BANUY. BANUY. Let's click on the discontinuity. Insert. Then from Vanui we have SIYOL. That's the last one. Maybe the brand new chart doesn't have it. This chart's from, looks like from 2020, so it's kind of old, but it's the most recent one I have access to on Navigraph. All right, sea oil. There we go. Now we can get rid of this discontinuity. Click clear. Clear that out. Now let's go back a little bit. See where we're at now. Yeah, see, now it looks like that landing on the chart. Let's move in 10 miles. Yeah, close enough. But that's what's in there. And as we're in our cruise, we can go ahead and change our speeds. Well, you know what? Let's do it now, actually. So according to the chart, Yaloi has some constraints. So let's go to Yaloi. So now we're going to click on the right button. See, now we can do speed constraints, altitude. So we have 5,000 for the altitude. And we have a max of 230. So let's click clear. For Aghi, we should get down to about 4,300. Let's do that. 4,300. And for IJEPI, that's 3,900, which we have there, but let's plug it in anyways. Now this should have all populated automatically based on the landing we chose, but it didn't. So Van Noy, we have our next speed constraint, max of 200 knots. And that looks like we're at 3,200 feet. And of course, it's a simulator. If you don't want to do this, you don't have to. I'm trying to recreate a little bit, so that's why I'm doing this. Sea oil is 2,200. And there we go. Actually, let me check the arrival as well, being that we're doing all this right now. So we're coming in from Magic, probably. I guess. Dipod, cockpit. Well, there's CUDA 3. I see it on the... Okay, we have Wapner, Primus. Oh, we're coming in from there. All right, Primus, Church, Jipod. Colat looks like... Do we have a Colat anywhere? Choppin', Rose. Yeah, here's Colat right here. Colat, we have 280, 25.4. That's fine. Let's look at Wilcox. 270, 16. Yep, that's okay. And then Mackle, 260 at 11. Yep, that's fine. And CUDA should be a sharp 8. Yeah, everything else looks great. Very good. If you want to put a fix in, we can put a fix. We can just type in KYMR, KYMR. You can do a radial or a certain radius. Let's just type in 25. You can set up A-beam if you want to. I don't ever really mess with fixes, but if you want to, you certainly can. All right, let's go back to initialization. Let's go to the next page here. We got all that done. Let's go to performance now. Let's set up our takeoff. I was gonna say let's back up first, but let's just finish all this. So let's go to takeoff. Let's go to sync. We got runway 18. We got our weight. Air conditioning on, flaps, anti-ice, horse toga, no. All right, calculate. Here's all of our... Wait, so let's put our altimeter in first. That's 30.10. Let's click on the little black part here. Now we got 30.10. Let's put this back to ARC. We'll put GigaChad on flight plan duty. You can see it's connected like we chose in the beginning. All right, our flex is 58. Let's plug that in. And our flaps are 1. We don't have 1 plus F, so we're just going to do 1. And we have 0.4 up. Let's do that. 1 slash 0.4 up. Now let's come up to flaps, THS. Got that now. Make sure these match 150. Oh, never mind. Those aren't it. Our V speeds are 151, 151, and 152. Let's plug those in. I don't know why it didn't give us the uplink data. Usually it does that. Oh, we didn't send it. Let's send it. My bad. Send to FM. Alright, now let's confirm. Yep. It's good to me. Alright, we are all set. Yep, let's get out of here. Let's back up and get out of here. So let's go ahead and go back to ground. Let's toggle the GPU. Let's toggle the chocks. Make sure our parking brake is on, which it is. Let's lock our door. It's on transponder already, that's okay. You don't need the floodlight on, main instrument floodlight, no, that's okay. Alright, if you're going to use the ATC, you have to push this button or call. If you don't, you will never connect. I'm just letting you know. If you've been trying to connect to the ATC and you just can't, that's the reason why. Alright, let's toggle pushback. Remove the parking brake. Not sure where one rate 18 is. I guess I could look at the chart of the airport, I guess. So 18 would be, that's 3, it's behind us. Right up there. Alright, they're gonna push us through the jetway. Goodbye, jetway! Alright, let's toggle to the left. We'll start our engines up after we finish our pushback. That way we can just watch this pretty yellow bird get ready to get juiced up and fired up. Alright, that's good enough. Let's click stop. Put our brakes back on. Alright, and now it is time to juice up and fire up this bird. Yes, sir. Alright, we got our bleed on. Let's put the rest of the tanks on. That all looks good. Let's put our beacon light on. Let's come down yonder. Let's put this to the right for ignition start. Click on one of your engines. And just let the magic happen. Sounding good. Sounds good to me. Right, man, that sounded great. Let's do it from inside the cabin this time. Let me Let me see if I can get one from inside. It would be this side, I think. But I don't know if I want that. Here, we'll do it right from here. Alright, let's do it. They sound pretty damn good. It's awesome. Alright, I needed to do that first and then this. Alright, let's make sure our weather is on. Weather radar 1. We'll do half. He can do all. That's fine. Let's put our transponder on. Put it on above. And let's put this on auto. That's good. Let's put our flaps down. Put this back on normal. Raise our ground spoilers. We'll activate the brake when we get up a little farther. Since we have no restrictions on climb, we're just going to put in 38,000 right up front. We got our flight directors on. We are good to go. Let's put on our lights and turn off our APU. So APU bleed off. We can now click on APU master. Let's go ahead and put our wing lights on, our Navin logo, and our taxi lights. Now we are ready to move. Let's click our brake. Let's give it a little juice. Get going, and let's get going. That might be too much juice. All I do is just click the button a couple of times. Let's get this beautiful bird up in the air. Up in the air. You can look on our engines page there. Packs are on. Flex is good. We got our takeoff checklist. Everything is pretty much done except testing it, letting the cabin know, and arming the brakes. Oh, actually, let's put our brake pan on. That's right next to the landing gear buttons. I don't know why they have us going up the runway. That makes... Is this the runway? Oh, no, this isn't the runway. Oh, we just got another car in our way. This is the runway. God, these guys are stupid. Maybe that was the right way. What am I talking about? Who knows? Who knows what I'm talking about? Oh, there was no other way to... Oh, yeah, there was. There's a little road right there. Could have gone down that little road. See what it looks at. During the time this plane actually moved, I think it was like 9... something at night. I want to say it was like right around the time I started recording this video, actually. Like right around 9 o'clock. I'm going to go back to recording more videos. I like recording and editing. Especially the editing part. I love editing videos. Live streaming is a lot of fun. But I really enjoy the making the videos and editing them and all that. Oh, the grass. Don't mind me, I'm just running wild on your stuff. All on your stuffs. I really like the way this cabin's laid out at night, too. This thing looks so cool. It does, for real. This plane is so fun to fly. I love this plane. I love this plane. This plane is really good. It's good. It's good. Only thing about these Airbuses, when you're taking off and the throttle gives you a different icon, make sure you put it in the right notch. Otherwise, it will not be in the right notch. Just take your time and make sure it's in the right place. We are almost ready for takeoff. Man, I wish I was flying the real thing in real life. How fun would that be? Flying a real airplane in real life. Gotta be thrilling to have like that much power at your hands. That much weight, power, and just... Alright, let's get our takeoff lights on. We probably should have put our strobes on since it was dark outside, but we didn't. We were lazy. We can turn those off. Everything else looks good. Oops, sorry about the sniff. My bad. Got allergies and didn't even think about it. Alright, let's put this out to 20. Put the park and brake on real quick. Let's take the brake fans off, put this on max. Let's ding the cabin. Now we got a test. We have this takeoff configuration button. Oh, by the way, down here, you can switch different controls, what you see, what you don't see, you know, the screen brightnesses, you know, what we see on these screens down here, you know, emergency info. So we have takeoff configuration test. Let's click that. As normal, we are good to go. Let's remove our parking brake again. Give it a little bit of juice. Let's go toga. Push forward on the flight stick a bit. Almost at V1. Alright, V1 rotate. Very good. Positive rate. Get our landing gear up. Could have been a bit of a smoother takeoff, but let's get up to 1,500 feet. Move our flaps up. You can see 1,500 on the screen there. All right, let's go to lever climb. There we go. Auto throttle's on. Let's click autopilot. And we are good to go. We have dashes and dots. That's what we want for autopilot, auto climb, all that stuff. Now on this controller, if your controller is like mine, you hit the B button to bring the throttle down. Once I get it out of manual toga, the easiest way I found to get it in the right notch is to just push the B button like one click at a time. Don't hold it. Just push it, you know, one at a time. And eventually you'll get down to thrust climb where it is now and you'll be straight. But yeah, that's about it. You can disarm the spoilers. Flaps are up. So we're good until, really until descent. I mean, unless something happens, you can just sit back. So I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna turn my face off, but we'll show our face again before descent, or maybe at the top of cruise. I don't know. But right now, you are completely set until you have to descend. If you were to leave everything how it is now, it'll level off at 38,000 feet, and it'll stay there unless something bad happens, or unless you want to change it. So maybe we'll not check in for the cruise part unless something happens, but yeah, enjoy the flight is what I'm trying to say. I'll see you in a little bit. See ya. See ya. Told you I'd be back. Right now, we're gonna input our first altitude down. That's 33,200. So we're gonna come over here. We're gonna click on this little black thing and move that little triangle to this 100. Now put in 32. I'm also going to look at my chart real quick for the landing, and I want to see what the if there's a VOR station here. There is 114.4. I'm going to plug that in to our nav rad. All right, what does it say? 114.4. 4. That will help us. Maybe I gotta type in FLL. There we go. And our course is gonna be RNAV 96 096. You can also plug in our destination information. QNH right now. Got a little bit of time until descent. Let's refresh. So we have 30.07. All right, 30.07 goes in up there. And now let's go get our wind speed and our temperature. I think our temperature is still in Celsius. I think. Maybe not. Might be good. Oh no, it's in Fahrenheit. I think. Let me look at the takeoff. Hang on. No, it's in Celsius. Okay. All right. So we have, let's see here, dew point, we have 24 degrees Celsius. And we have our wind is 120 by 8 knots. So 24 and 120 by 8. Let's put in our temperature, 24. Let's do 120 over 8. And the decision height for this particular landing today is 350 feet. So let's plug that in here. And now we have our information. So we got 31 miles until we descend. I'm going to descend now, because this plane doesn't always leave enough time. So we just want to go ahead and pull this button out. And now that'll start descending us. Yeah, I know it says check it, but that's what it says. Actually, it's 3:30. My bad. Performance. 3:30. Let's type in 120 by 8. Let's see if that does anything. Nope, that's okay. Alright, so we are descending early, which is okay with me. Our RNP is supposed to be 0.15. That I am not so confident in being able to change. Let's see. We got 1.00 there. Or 0.15. Let's see. Nope. Didn't take it. Right, no phase there to do it. There's our estimated. I wonder why we can't put it in. Let's just try 0.15. Oh. I wonder if there's a way to put it in here. No, bottom doesn't change at all. See, in Boeing, you can just type it right in. Alright, we got 33.2. Now we got to get down to 27.7. We stay on top of the altitude and speed, we should be okay. Alright, so it looks like we're going to be okay with descent. The right intervals between waypoints. Like, it looks like we're not going to have to use our speed brakes too much right now, which is good. That's real good. Let's put on our VOR1 ticker there. We'll do that over here as well. Alright, we need to be between 24 and 28,000 feet there at 280 knots. That's okay. We can actually wait till we get the chopping before we start descending again, I think. Should be okay. I don't like not being able to put the RNP in. But we'll probably be okay. I'm wondering if I should type in nautical mile afterwards, but you never have to type that kind of stuff in for anything else. I'm thinking you don't really have to type it in for that either. Alright, to descend again, we're just going to pull out on the altitude knob here. So we'll get a couple miles closer. I looked at SimBrief's landing chart, like performance table thing, and we should be okay on low, definitely okay on medium for the brakes, but we'll put on low and see if it lets us do it. Sometimes the low doesn't work and only medium or max works. All right, let's start descending again. So we just pulled out on that knob again. We're doing okay on speed. I don't see a reason to intervene and take that over. Right now it's okay for the system to manage it. Let's actually put 24,000 feet here. Okay, so we're going to blow past 24,000. Looks like about 26,000 we're going to get down to, which is fine. It's right in the middle. Let's just put this down to 24,000. Alright, Colette, 280 knots. We need to get ready to start slowing down. We have our limit showing right here, which is good. That'll get us down to 280. And we checked all this out before, so we should be okay now. Alright, and Wilcox, that's 15,000. So let's plug that in. Let's click on the 100, 1,000 triangle. Now let's move this down to 15,000. Put this back on 100. We do have some information right here for limits, indicated airspeed, Mach 6.7, 280 knots. Max gear is 250. Max speed with flaps full is 177. 230 for 1. Alright, we're at 280 for our speed. That's good. That little pink dot showing up on our screen here is the next place we're going to slow down. And since we clicked on this CSTR button for constraints, that's what's giving us all this information in magenta, the speed and the altitude. If we click that off, which you can certainly do, you can put on waypoints if you want, or VOR stations or airports. I like leaving it on this for most of the flight. Fuel's doing good, engine's doing good, vibration's looking okay. Everything is nominal. Speed error at Colette. Alright, well, I mean, we could take matters into our own hand. It looks like we're okay. We're already past Colette. Yeah, that's an old message. Now, if you look at our map here, you can see we're kind of hovering at 15,000 here when we were trying to do it by here. But it might change a little bit once we start slowing down. But all these are suggestions. You know, be over this, be over that. This one here, this 8,000, that one, we need to be at 8,000. According to the charts, you don't have to do any damn thing you don't want to do. If you don't want to follow it, who cares? Don't follow it. Do your own shit. Our weather's starting to show up. We can adjust the weather, how bright it is, with this dial right here. Yup. Yup. I'm sorry, the big dial on the back does the weather. This one do the whole thing. All right, we're doing good. And we'll take Giga Chad off of plan. We'll put him on nav. Give him a little constraint action to worry about. All right, let's take our altitude down a little bit more. And if we don't get to the right altitude in time for this particular landing, we'll just do a go around. and we'll try again. It's all good. All right, so we're at 30.07. Let's get that in here. All right, push it in. 30.07. There we go. Make sure that's correct. Yep. Let's bring our altitude down to 8,000 feet. Another speed air. Okay. We're already past that point, but okay. Whatever you say, pal. We're not down quite far enough yet to really worry about activating our landing. But we can move this in 20 miles, and we can put our landing lights on now. Put our seats back on. Let's let the stewardesses know and the flight attendants and whatever they're called nowadays. Our wing lights, logo, takeoff, landing left and right. Wonder how many fights are going on inside that airplane right now. How many people are fighting? Could land on the aircraft carrier. Go out to the Bahamas right there. A lot of rum. A lot of titties. Yep, rum and titties. I shouldn't talk like that. I'm a grown man. I shouldn't be talking like that. Rum and titty. Hey. Hey. Alright, let's see here. So we're getting ready to drop down to 250. I guess. Is that what that says? 260. I want to drop down farther than that. So we're going to pull this knob out. And we're going to slow down to like 250, 245. Let's do 240. Let's move our speed brake up a little bit. Let's pull out the VS knob. We can start descending again. We can go into managed mode again soon. But I want to start descending again. I really want to get down to 8,000 feet in time. Here comes our arrow again. We might have waited a little too long. No, 8,000. We're not going to hit it. Damn. I was really hoping to hit that on time. Oh well. I guess we gotta do it all over again. Let's restart from the beginning. Now we'll be okay. We'll be okay. We actually need to get down to 5,000 feet. 5,000 feet is the real number. Let's plug in 5,000 now. Yeah, if we would have slowed down a little bit earlier, descended a little bit earlier in a few places, I think we would have been okay. I mean, we're okay now. We're doing just fine. What'd that lady in the Matrix say? We right as rain. I liked her, the Oracle. It's too bad she got it at the end. By them bunch of field dicks. Little field dicks. Boca Raton. Yeah, let's get some juice. Some juice in my sippy cup. Juice. That's all the juice you need. Get yourself a little sippy cup. Just fill it up a little bit. You don't need all of it. A little bit the sippy cup. Delicious. Alright, we're doing good. We doing good. We'll probably put ourselves back in managed mode again. We'll do it when we get a little closer to the landing. Let me get a little closer to 5,000 feet. We got 250, 250, 226. Yeah, I know about all your speed errors. About all your speed errors. Alright, I think it's safe to go into managed mode again on both spots. We just pulled out the altitude knob and we pushed in the speed knob. I think we're okay. My name is Greg and I approve that message. So when we get to this point here and it says 5,000, I'm not going to do the steps for descent anymore like we just did. I'm just going to put it at like 500 feet and just let this thing descend. Because we don't really have much room for any kind of errors or any kind of funny business. Not with this landing. We're coming right in, making it hot U-turn, and then we coming right in for that landing. Hopefully approach mode will help guide us in. If not, we'll do it on our own. Alright, there's 5,000 feet. We got there a little bit early, but that's okay. That's okay. Making our turns now. Lauderdale by the sea. I used to like when the old dirty bastard sang like that. Excuse me. Alright, let's put this down to 500. Because we can. And when we get right up at that spot where it says 5,000, we're going to start and we're going to pull out the altitude knob. According to the map, that's where all the fun happens. Alright, let's go ahead and put up our speed brake a little bit. And we're going to activate some flaps. That's going to help keep us. I know they were extended. No idiot. Idiot. Alright, we're real close to pulling that button. real close to pulling that altitude button. And once we get this U-turn, most of this U-turn done, we're going to click on approach. We're going to see if the final approach course and the glide path will help us out. All right, we're real close. Real close to pulling that trigger. There's our airport right there. Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International. All right, we got about 1 mile. Let's go ahead and pull out our altitude knob. And we need to get down to 200 knots by Van Nuys right here. And that's 2200. Let me put this at, actually, let me put this one at 2200 for now. Because we need to be at 2200 by here. Traffic. 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 If we turned it down to nighttime, we'd probably see it much better. Alright, let's put our landing gear out. Let's arm our speed brake. You know, we never moved this down to below for traffic. Maybe that's why we were getting a traffic warning. Alright. Put down some more flaps. Yeah, that's below. Let's click on approach. And let's arm medium speed brakes. Go, we're making our turn. Well, thank you. I don't know if we can do autopilot 1 and 2. Oh, we can. Wasn't really aware you could do that with the RNAV landing, but looks like we can. Alright. Let's put this down to 500. Right at the speed we should be at. This one landing. No, I don't want ILS 2. What? Yeah, let's turn landing off. Oh, VOR. There we go. Alright, let's pull this out again. Oh, we got it locked and loaded. Pull out the speed knob. Can't interact with it. Alright, we got that done. We got cabin and flaps. So let's put the flaps down. Let's let the crew know what's going on. Get ready to put flaps full. Alright, flaps are now full. Push this button back in. Doesn't let us. There we go. Acting a little suspect, but it's okay. Either push it in or pull it out. It's one of the two. Come on, airplane, do your thing. Do your thing, do your thing. Round, round, aeroplane, do your thing. Gotta hit to the rock. Make the booty go wop, wop, wop.
400.
I'm not sure why the course is off when we plugged in 96.
300 minimum.
Looks like we're gonna land a little early.
200.
Alright, autopilot's now off. Gotta click the little red button here.
100.
Alright, now let's focus on our landing.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 5.
Not bad. Could be better. If we've ever practiced with this airplane. But that, my friends, is essentially how you land one of these birds. How you take off in it. How you do everything in it. I certainly appreciate you tuning in today. Whatever day this is, thank you for tuning in. Make it a good day. And certainly do something to help the channel out. Consider becoming a member. Subscribe. Super chats. Thumbs up. Comments. We got it all. Please support the channel. And I will be your best friend forever. Anyway, that's about it. I will see you on the next episode of the Airplane Show. Happy flying, my friends. See ya.